Yo, 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 what's up? Yo, 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 what's up? Oh, shit. I had an echo. Damn, it was a crazy, crazy short squeeze. Hold on, I'm just preparing, but we're gonna talk about Bitcoin because damn, this was pretty crazy right here. The chat is in the building. Yeah, this is an emergency stream because I don't think anybody was expecting a short squeeze like this. I really don't, because this was just brutal. I wasn't even expecting it, but I'm gonna talk about it. Definitely gonna talk about this. So we'll wait like maybe like one more minute. Yeah, I heard about that wick. That was brutal. That's very bad. 48K, but I mean, so like they went to 48K, but if the person didn't have a stop loss and they didn't use a lot of margin, they probably didn't get liquidated, unless because they get liquidated based on the market price, and the market price didn't really pass 40K. So, but people that had stop losses, oh man, they got wrecked. They got wrecked bad, pretty bad. But yeah, man, we talked about this yesterday. Is there anyone in the chat right now that was in the stream yesterday? If you was in the stream yesterday, just say something in the chat right now. All right, there's a few people here. Did we talk about this? Shit, we definitely talked about this, and there was absolutely no reason to be bearish. You know, I saw a lot of people on Twitter bearish. Like, I'm talking about extremely bearish, but there was no reason for me to be bearish. Yeah, that's what I said. If we broke 36, we're going to go crazy, and I'm gonna show you why I said that. But yeah, that was nasty, and I know a lot of people got wrecked. So I took a short on my DGen account, but I had a stop loss, and it got wicked. Like, I got wicked out right away. So I'm very happy that I had a stop loss. But overall, I took profit on pretty much all of my 29K position, and I'm still holding spot. And yeah, we'll talk about price action now. So I guess before I start, if you had a long open in the chat, just say bull. If you had a long open from 34Ks, just say bull, because I know there's people in here that had a long open. Bull. Yeah, we got the bulls. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like to see that. I like to see that. I'm glad that some people made money.
I go through all that I've been through, and I win. And now I got money, I got results, and I am some.
Wait, what the hell? That's definitely not a part of the playlist. All right. All right, so we'll talk. I think. By the way, before I start, how does the sound quality sound? Can y'all hear me compared to the music? Yo, what's good, Timeless? Crazy, crazy, crazy. My boy Timeless, Crypto in here. The sound of bears dying. They're dead. All right, the bears are dead. The bears are dead. The people that was getting all the engagement during this little bear market, shit, it's over for them. But yeah, I want to start. I think I want to start with this chart first because this is the chart I had for weeks. If you've been joining the stream, you've seen this chart for weeks, and pretty much these were my range levels, and this is basically giving me the idea of the bigger picture. So first, let's talk about where we ended the stream. So if you wasn't in the stream yesterday, you can go watch the stream from yesterday because so you can go watch this video and go to the bigger picture right here. That's where I pretty much discuss, the bigger picture. But yeah, so we'll start with the weekly full TP. I probably have like 20% of or like 10% of my 29k long, but I pretty much took profit around 39k. I was like, I just marketed it out. It made no sense. But yeah, so I had this chart for weeks, and basically this is the weekly time frame, and we talked about 33k level the previous week. So I talked about 33k level, and I was talking about this wick over here, right? When we went to 30k, 29k level. So when I saw the weekly close below 33k, I was being cautious on longs. But yesterday, we saw the daily candle was pretty much closing above this weekly level, right? So we saw the daily candle close above that important level. So that gave me even more of a bull bias, right? So that's the big picture. This 33k level was important because it held that support during this whole move. And I even kind of talked about it like this could be a bear trap. The fact that we closed below it and people that were watching it, maybe they capitulated. But anyways, let's talk about this chart. We were all shorting. Man, GG if you shorted. Who pumped it? I was shorting. Snorting. I'm dead. That's funny. Oh. Alright, so let's talk about this chart now. On daily time levels, it looks pretty ugly, but basically, I want to talk about the history of this chart and pretty much I want to start from the beginning to where it is now. All right, so basically, when I look at the 4-hour time frame, I had this range for a couple of weeks, and pretty much I like the 32.9k level as the low of this range because of the amount of touches it had. And the first time we closed below it was on July 13th. So when we closed below it, pretty much right away it got retested and it turned into resistance. Right, as you can see, like we closed below it, turned into resistance. But I remember this demand zone, I talked about it in the previous videos. So I pretty much took a long here on the first touch, but I didn't really see no bull momentum. So instead of making it a position, I made it into a scalp and I took profit. And pretty much, I was pretty much flat this whole way and just intraday scalping because I knew once we lost my level, I wasn't as interested to play aggressive longs until I see some demand coming in. And pretty much we wicked down to 29K levels, and it was pretty much around here that I was building along, and we took profit over here, and we took some more profit up here. So I longed it on 2 accounts, by the way. And yeah, we talked about this. You could go look in the past stream, and pretty much when we finally closed above this my range low level that you guys see, 32.9, that gave me a reason to be bullish, because that was the important level for me. And pretty much once we closed above it, I was bullish and playing longs more than I was interested in shorting. And a lot of people were shorting, which I understand, because this whole price action, the shorts were winning, and they were definitely winning. So yeah, we flipped. We were long and short, basically shorting scalps, but majority of my positions were longs. And pretty much yesterday, where was price yesterday? We were, you can't really see it on this chart because this is pretty much the bigger picture, but I'll go back to the chart that I was talking about yesterday, and I'll come back to this chart and talk about the equilibrium level on this chart, which is 36.6K. That equilibrium level. All right, so yeah, this was the chart that we pretty much had on the stream yesterday, and right now it looks crazy because the market just pumped something crazy. Hold on, let me just, yeah, just look at that. So we even labeled it. So if you was in the stream yesterday, pretty much saw when I charted this right here, and I talked about this. So I talked about this 4-hour candle, right? Hold on, let me go back. So you guys remember this 4-hour candle right here? And basically, I was saying that bears saw this 4-hour candle and they were pretty much gonna short it because this is a doji and we took some liquidity over here. So pretty much bears were gonna short at market here. And then the following candle was pretty much an engulfing candle, this right here. So it went pretty quick, but this candle right here was an engulfing candle. So I pretty much said on lower time frames, we know that there's trapped shorts here, right? So for me, if price were to come here, then I would want to see this level hold. And if we don't hold 33.6, then we know we could have more downside, basically. So pretty much all day I was watching price and we never wicked below here. So these shorts were still trapped from yesterday. And we're not even gonna talk about the shorts from here because I'm pretty sure most people that shorted here, they're done. If they didn't close out, they're definitely liquidated. All right, because this move was brutal. And I was watching price action all day today. Like, people are still shorting, but as I'm watching the order books and I'm watching footprints, I pretty much see that, hold on. Somebody said, but the music is too loud versus your voice. All right, so I could lower the music down a little bit. I lowered it a little bit. It should be a little bit better now, the music. Yeah, there we go. It should be better. All right, so yeah, so pretty much, yeah, FTX definitely defended 33.8, and we even saw, I showed an example that when somebody shorted, they were automatically offside, and that's a sign that the bulls are very aggressive. But yeah, watching price actions today, it looked like we were gonna dump, but we held this little trend line that I drew, and pretty much we held it all day, so I had no reason to short. But I did take a short on my other account for a scalp, and I got stopped, and I'll show you which trade I'm talking about. So pretty much this trade. So I took this short because we eventually came back to 35K, and I got stopped right away. And that's why it's very important, if you're gonna counter trade the trend, you definitely want to have a stop loss. You cannot go all in short on Bitcoin. Trust me, it's not the best thing to do, and it will never be the best thing to do. All right, the music was fine, I think. All right, so let me just higher it a little bit. Music was fine. Just let me know if it gets too loud, and then we could probably fix it again. All right, so yeah, shorting this momentum, you always want to have a stop loss, and you don't ever want to degen something like that. And I got stopped out right away, so I was good. But to be honest, I didn't really take breakout longs as I should have. I wasn't aggressive, so I had a small long position from 29 and 30K open, so I just pretty much rode that, and I was holding spot on my other account. So I pretty much got, I made gains pretty much on the move up, and I'm okay with that. I didn't take a degen long, but it's all right. We're good. But yeah, pretty much right now I want to go back to the bigger picture. Let's go back to the bigger picture so we could talk about how we can possibly play Bitcoin coming up, and if we can still even continue short squeezing. Because people think on a move like this, you have to go all in short, or shorting is safe because people got liquidated, but shorting is never safe, and you should always have a stop loss if you do want to short something like this. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of people that shorted this move up. Like, you can see pretty much over here, there's going to be an area of holding shorts. Like, all of these wicks are going to be people shorting, and definitely right here. So there's a lot of levels we can still continue to short squeeze. Absolutely, we can. But, you always want to be ready. And let's go back so we could talk about the bigger picture and discuss how I'll use this as pretty much, what the hell? My other level literally disappeared. So I had another level at 40.6K that literally just disappeared. So I'm just going to copy it. It was like 40.6, something like that. That's the high of my level right here. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, that's the level that I like. So yeah, so now that we finally broke this equilibrium level, I will be expecting it to hold if we do pull back. But do we have to pull back? We really don't. So I'm not going to be looking to short just yet. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, funding is still negative and there's people still holding shorts. And if we look, let's see if we could see some footprints. Let's see how Bybit did. All right, so we're gonna go to net longs, net shorts. All right, so delta bars. All right, so yeah, so you can see right here, pretty much right here, that shorts definitely got squeezed on this wick. These are all shorts capitulating, and they pretty much have to market buy, and that pretty much is what helped price go crazy. So 22 million, 56 million market buys. Brutal, brutal, brutal. So yeah, the shorts got wrecked on Bybit. Let's look at some footprints on FTX to see what they're up to. All right, so FTX as well. Shorts got squeezed from this wick right here. They got wrecked. 46 million. Yeah, they got wrecked here because as you can see right here, you see how the net shorts is going down. So they're pretty much closing out their shorts, and in order to do so, they have to long. They have to go long and they have to market buy. So that is what helps push the price higher. And as you can see, FTX is slowly taking profits on longs, but they're not aggressively taking profits yet. Because I really wanted to see when FTX starts taking profits, because I know they pretty much long the bottom before like everyone else, right? So that's something I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching when FTX starts aggressively taking profit, and then hopefully we get a pullback, and maybe I'll look to relong my equilibrium level. So I believe at some point we should test below here, which is 36K levels. And right now I'm just gonna hold spot, and maybe if I see a trend reversal on lower time frames, because we could go back to other charts, but based on higher time frame, I'm still bullish, and I'm expecting a possible pullback to my equilibrium around 37Ks, like a cleaner pullback. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. But I'm just gonna let price do what it does, right? Because we still have this high right here, and trust me, people that are still underwater short, if we do break this level right here, you guys thought y'all saw a short squeeze, y'all probably see more of a short squeeze here, because I think bears will pretty much die above 40K. So we'll see how it plays out, and we'll see how, you know, the big boys decide to finish this. But for the most part, if we're looking at shorts, some of them already got wrecked on FTX, but there's still people underwater in shorts, and maybe they will get out alive, but we don't know that yet. You know, we have to wait and see what the market is going to give us. And another thing to look at is pretty much Bybit, because they were primarily the ones that were holding short. So Bybit, I mean, sorry, this is BitMEX, by the way. This is BitMEX, and BitMEX is pretty much still short, and they haven't really aggressively closed. They probably closed some on the 33K move, but they are still holding short, and they can continue to hold short longer than most people think. Because if you see, they started shorting from July 19th, and price was pretty much 30.7. So they've, since July 19th, they pretty much been adding to their shorts. They added at 29, and after the market pump, they really weren't aggressively adding. So they're pretty much still short BitMEX. So we have to respect the BitMEX OTC desk and whoever's short here. Because as you can see today, they pretty much added to shorts today. Where on this wick, I'm pretty sure retail got wrecked. You see this wick over here? So retail probably got wrecked, but I'm pretty sure OTC is probably looking to add and probably average in around this level. And you can see they closed some longs over here. So this is footprints, net long, net short, and it'll give us a good idea. So BitMEX hasn't fully gotten squeezed yet. And in my opinion, right? So we know BitMEX holds probably top 5% of all Bitcoin owned on in the whole crypto, in the whole world. I think it's like Binance, Grayscale, BitMEX, Bitfinex, and something else, but they pretty much hold a majority of Bitcoin. So just because they're short or whatever, they're still holding spot. So as the move goes up, they're pretty much making money, and they can add to their shorts forever. It's pretty much what I believe. But if they do close their shorts aggressively, you can expect price to even pump more. So that's something I'm also going to be watching, because pretty much who knows who has the biggest market share now. And pretty much Sam and the boys at FTX, they called this bottom long. So you got to respect that. Like, I'll go to the tweet, and I even remember seeing this tweet, and I just mark it long, because, like, you know, like, these guys been at the top of crypto for a long time. And if you know Sam's history, the CEO of FTX, he pretty much out traded out-traded BitMEX and made his own exchange. But yeah, so I remember talking about this in stream, and when I saw this, that was it. It was at this moment with this tweet that I knew it was probably over for Bears, yeah. Because he probably went all in, and I saw it even in the order books, aggressive longs to take us out that 30K range, and the rest was history. So yeah, so for me, some alpha that I will be sharing is I'm just gonna watch how FTX is gonna play it, because as you can see, there's still some underwater shorts on FTX, and the majority of their shorts are pretty much underwater from 33K levels. So we'll see how over this week or the next couple of days it starts playing out, because you can see right away today some of them got wrecked and started closing. And if we look at liquidation, let's go to the liquidation levels on high block. Pretty much there was a large liquidations here, as you can see. And these are shorts getting liquidated. So we haven't really seen shorts getting liquidated this much for a long time. Trust me. The first time was July 23rd. That's when we saw some short licks right here. If you can see, this is this indicator is aggregated liquidation. So it's pretty much the liquidations on Binance, FTX, BitMEX, Bybit. So a combination. And I use high blocks, but I believe you can get it for free if you go to Coinalyze or something like that. So if you want a free tool for something like that, you can go to this website, I believe. Indicators, liquidation, aggregated liquidation. So yeah, there's a free tool. So I'll link it in the chat just in case you want to check it out. So that's the free tool that you can see liquidations pretty much in real time. And yeah, if you look, a lot of liquidations, a lot. And if we go to higher time frames, let's go 4-hour time frames. Look at that. Look at that. That's what you call a short squeeze. So this is the 4-hour time frame. So bears have not got liquidated this bad since, like, what is this? This is May 12th, or not even. If we go back, shit. If we go all the way back, let's see how much data they give us. So yeah, pretty much around February. Yeah, so from February all the way until now, bears haven't really been wrecked hard. And today is the day that bears ate shit. And I mean, I feel sorry at the end of the day for people that lost a lot of money, because I know a lot of people did. Because I even tweeted this. Like, I'm gonna show y'all this tweet and I'm gonna read it, because you learn from experience in this game. And pretty much I learned from experience as well. I tweeted this. Hold on. Because I've traded a bear market. All right. So I traded a bear market before, and I was somebody that shorted every pump, and I was somebody that got wrecked when the market really pumped, because I thought that I could always get away with average into my shorts, but it's not the case, because when Bitcoin squeezes, it's very violent. And to be honest, this was a 14% wick in what is that? That's pretty much 1, 2, 3. So in 3 hours it was a 14% wick. I've seen worse. I've seen a 25% wick in like 1 hour. So I know. And I was pretty much, this is the tweet I put. a lot of people shorting every pump these past few weeks are now realizing that trading isn't easy. Most have gave all their profits back. Most will probably be scared to short from now on. Most just need to realize that this is the process. The only real loss is when you give up. And the reason I tweeted that, because like watching the Bitcoin price action, it just reminded me, like, just seeing price like this, like seeing this type of price action right here, it just reminded me when I went net short before and I was trapped in a short that I shouldn't have never been in. And I didn't want to close the short because I thought if I keep averaging in, that eventually the market will pull back and give me a chance to get out so I won't lose profits. So just watching this price action, it made me even realize that, you know, like, people are about to get wrecked and they don't even know it, you know? And yeah, it was pretty bad. And like, if you was a short that got liquidated for a little bit amount of money or a lot of money, then you should use this time as a learning lesson. And, you know, I'm not here to bash you because it's always sad when people lose money. Like, you know, some people work hard and they just lose their money like that. So I'm not going to shit on shorts because I've been the person on the other side that got wrecked and watched the market trend. It's very painful. And I can have sympathy for you guys because I've been in that situation. And words of motivation for me is like, just use this as a learning experience and just, like, you know, hopefully next time you don't put yourself in a situation like this, you know. And I hope you do well, and, you know, just stay off the charts. Just don't try to take another position, don't rush it, just cool out, and hopefully after some time you will be ready and more focused. All right. But yeah, talking about that, pretty much right here, as we can see, like we said, the most liquidations we've seen in a very long time. All right, very long time. Very brutal. So now, as a trader for myself, I'm holding spot Bitcoin, and the fact that we're uptrending, I have no real reason to hedge my spot. And right now, from experience, I could start scalping this, so maybe I will. But I had a good plays this week, and, you know, I'm just relaxing. I could have played it better, but it's all good. So as far as me, I would be waiting patiently for possibly. Hold on, I just want to see. Is there a timer on the stream? Does anybody know how long I've been streaming? Because I don't want to keep this stream too long, to be honest. I'm gonna probably talk about lower time frame. So 34 minutes, okay, not bad. So maybe I'll do probably another 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes, and then I'll try to do a lower time frame chart. But yeah, overall big picture, this wick right here, no rush to short it. Wait for, I would say, some market structure break or some more aggressive longs taking profit. Because at this point, I don't think bears will be aggressive. I don't think so. Because, like I said, if we look at based on FTX's data, right, they're still holding some shorts from these 34K levels, as you can see, from 33.8. And it's funny how we talked about that on the chart. So from 33.8, I'm pretty sure some people are still short. Maybe they're adding to try to get a better average. But yeah, so 33.8, 34K level is the level that we're going to want to see hold moving forward. And my first area that I will be interested in is pretty much if we do retrace, hold on. If we do retrace to my equilibrium, I'm going to be interested to watch how price is going to react there. And if we are going to hold the equilibrium, which is around 36.7 to 36, and then maybe I will take a more position long. And maybe if we start closing below 33, then I would expect for this liquidity that brought this move up to probably get tested near 34, 35K. But I'm in no rush to take a short unless I'm scalping, which I will probably be scalping. But since we looked at this higher time frame chart, I'm gonna go to some lower time frame charts and some of my other charts just to see before that. So yeah, so I know I've been talking a lot about Bitcoin. I want to talk to the chat a little bit. How is the chat doing? Hey Ninja, just wondering why you didn't decide to hold the full 29K long. Honestly, that's a good question. Somebody said DM Shard. Sure. Is Shard fine? Did he get wrecked or something? I hope he's okay. Yeah, I gotta check on my Discord. I gotta make sure my Discord members are okay. Stopped. He got stopped out. What's good, Creator? How you doing, my boy? I appreciate you. Creator is my boy in here. Also, let me shout out Creator since he's a really good trader. And if you're on Twitter, let me shout out my boy Creator in here because he is a good trader. See, I don't even know his Twitter. That's how bad I am. Creator with a 3 or some shit. All right, there we go. So this is my boy Creator. If you're in the stream, this is a really good trader. You should hit him up. Oh shit. I said hit him up and he was wrong on his last trade. Alright, he's still good. So hit him up with a follow. That's my boy. And he made like 500K on a XRP short. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he shorted the top of XRP. I see NFT in here too. So this is my boy as well. So if you in the stream, this is my boy and also my partner in the DeFi project I'm working on. So follow him as well. And I see my boy Timeless. I'm just going to shout all y'all out because I remember y'all been supporting me for the longest. So yeah, if you're a trader, these are traders that I follow and respect. So y'all gotta check them out. All right. Anyways, so right now we're about to go to lower time frames just to see my other charts. But big picture, I would like to see the reaction at 36.7 because when I have these levels, I pretty much trust them. Like I trust my levels, and that's how it is. If you came to my stream these past weeks, this chart was here since like probably since I started streaming. You know, so I'm gonna trust these levels and I'm not gonna move them. I'm gonna keep them, and we'll see, because I know for a fact whether we squeeze higher or not, like if we run 40K, I'm gonna expect at least a pullback to my equilibrium level, which is 36, and that's where I will decide whether or not that I will take another positional long, or if I would maybe hedge, because we can always expect a move like this to get retraced, but it doesn't 100% have to retrace, if you guys know what I mean. All right. So yeah, let's see. Somebody did ask me why did I close my 29K long. That's a good question, and that's something that I will also have to review myself, because I could have played. I literally longed the bottom at 29.3K, and to be honest, I'm not the best trend trader. All right, so I don't trade the trend the best. I'm more like liquidity, because I did have someone that also told me to hold my long and even market long 35K, and that person probably made retirement money, but he was pretty much telling me to market long my long, and you know, it is what it is. I'm happy with making profit, you know, so that's what it is. But anyways, I'm hoping to see if we get a pullback to 36.7, and we'll see what we'll do from there. And this pretty much wraps up this chart. And the next area that I'm looking at will probably be, so I'm gonna mark this level now. And the reason I like this candle right here, so we'll just do some new analysis on this chart, is because this chart right here on a 4-hour time frame, or this candlestick that happened on June 17th, is what pretty much shifted this whole market structure and sent us down. So it's at 39.19. So that's gonna give me my bias right now moving forward. And maybe if we pull back to 39.19 and we're struggling to close it, maybe I will take a scalp short right here, because I do like it. And maybe if we could do a fib level, so we'll draw a fib, some new technical analysis on this chart. So we'll draw a fib from right here to what pretty much caused this move up, which is there, and we'll see, yeah, pretty much retrace the whole wick. All right, so maybe we could start it from here, 40. All right, so yeah, let's see, 39. So yeah, this wick over here started the move, and this wick sent us down. So these are two fib levels, and right now it's a 7.9 retracement. And if you guys if you guys ever heard of ICT, he talks about the 7.9 retracement level right here as a level that is quote unquote premium on the short side. So it's a premium level to short, quote unquote. So we'll see how 38 holds. And then most importantly, I'm gonna be watching these two candles right here, 40.1 and 39. So that could give me an area to probably look for some type of scalps to the short side. But let's just say that shorts are not done getting squeezed, right? So what else can we expect if shorts are not getting done squeezed? Hold on, I do like those levels. Let me just keep those lines. So I want to talk about one scenario before I move on to my other charts. So if the shorts are not done getting squeezed, then at some point we will get momentum. And then I think if we break this level, 40.6 to 40.3, that will be the end of all these shorts that are still holding. Because as you can see, there are still some underwater shorts when it comes to FTX, right? So I like to pay attention to the FTX order books, because I know for a fact, Sam and Alameda, whatever his name is, they are trading this, and this data is good to have. So you can see there's some underwater shorts. So now if this short continues to capitulate, that means price will go higher, and I'm just pretty much going to be watching if they're looking to long and short and whatnot. But as for Bybit, looking at Bybit data, they weren't net short as bad as FTX, because Bybit is more retail traders. As you can see, Bybit outplayed. See, like, people disrespect Bybit if they have an OTC desk, or even if they're retail traders. They did pretty much better than BitMEX, because you can see they were pretty much longing their longs. And right here, all right, so I want to talk about the apes. These are the apes right here. You see, after a move like this, the apes are already longing. So we can also use that to find out when the top is in as well. So we can watch the apes, because the ape see price to go up, number go up, they start to ape. They start to long the top, and they start to generate more liquidity. So yeah, we could watch the apes on Bybit. But yeah, I think we will see 36. I agree. I think a pullback to 36K would be very healthy, and I'm gonna be watching lower time frames to see if we can even try to get some. All right, so we just talked about higher time frame. Let's look at some other charts, so I won't bore you guys, and let's see if we have something on lower time frames emerging. But yeah, let's go. Let's see my other charts. What do we have? All right, so let me just get a sip of water. Maybe I could do a new chart. Let's see. Because once price moves like this, I want to take a look at all my charts, because I know on my other it's a scam. My other charts have trend lines that pretty much hit, so I have bias on my other chart, and I can't really show you that because I think it will mess the stream up basically. Let me see if I could replicate it. So I had a line from April 2nd. So April 2nd. So I'm going to try to copy that trend line so y'all could see what I'm talking about. Let's see if I could replicate that trend line on a new chart, because I do have a trend line that hit, and you know me, I like to play my trend line. So yeah, this was the short that I took that I got stopped out. So yeah, if we come back here, I'm giga longing. I just want to let y'all know that right now, that if we come back anywhere near 35 and 36, whatever I lost on this short, I'm making it all back on this trade right here. All right, so that's number one. But let's see if I could get you guys that trend line. See, I even had this random level. See, like, I just draw these levels on so many charts. Like, I had this random level over here and it wicked to it. Why did I have this level? Let's see. So yeah, if you in the stream still, I appreciate you for hanging out in the stream, and hopefully we could get a play in right now to see if we could make some money. So yeah, I had this level here. I'm trying to review it. All right, let me just switch the vibe of the music real quick. Great stream. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for hanging out in the stream. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for sticking around in the stream. It's always fun. And if y'all want to even talk more in the chat, y'all could talk. Y'all could talk to me in the chat. Y'all could ask me questions. So we're pretty much chilling. This was like a last minute stream because I felt like, you know, it's always good to hear somebody else's opinion when you know, anybody else. Like if I follow somebody on Twitter and they stream and I like them as a trader, I'm gonna go in their stream and see what they have to say about this price action, you know. But yeah, I had this level before. I did not just draw this level, by the way. So I had this level for a reason. Let's see why, if I could figure it out. So resistance, deviation. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through my charts here, and then we're gonna see. I can see some sell orders coming in, and I see Coinbase taking profit, so they're selling. They're not buying no more, so that's something good to see for if you're expecting a pull back. All right, so we have this deviation, resistance. This is 39.6. Okay, we broke it. Try to hold that support, failed, broke, retest. All right, and now we have the first retest at 39.6. So based on this chart, I like this 39.6K level. So I'm gonna add alerts here. And yeah, I put the alerts here because it's gonna alert me. And if we do hit 39.6, I'm gonna look at this chart and see if I have any other confluences on any other charts and whatnot. So yeah, it's always good to have multiple charts. Let's look what else I have. All right, this chart is pretty much empty. This chart right here, we had this zone. So yeah, we're gonna go through everything. Like, if you want to stick around, appreciate you. If this is not your cup of tea, then I also appreciate you. Thanks for watching. But yeah, we're gonna go through everything, and I also want to talk about some other stuff, cause I'm also working on a DeFi project. I'm a co-founder in one, and me and NFT. He's even in the stream. NFT Maximalist. So we just launched basically the Twitter for that. So we will be doing airdrops. So if you like airdrops and if you want to support the DeFi project that we're working on, then I'm also going to link that in chat at the end of the stream. I'm going to discuss it. And it's a legitimate project that we're working on the Solana network. So I'll talk about that in the end. And it's been 3 months so far, and I have never mentioned it because we're still early and we're still working. Like, this is what we do. We work hard. So yeah, I had this purple level here because we basically marked down over here. If we go back to this candle, we marked down at 34.6K, and that was this block right here. This is what shifted. We retested, and then that pretty much sent us to the lows. So that was a valid resistance, and this is the break of it. So this is the break of 34.6. So to me, that's a valid level to have based on this chart. So that's another area that I will put an alert for, and it will also alert me when price does, if it does come back. And we know a lot of people are probably short still, or sold, or hedged, or whatever. So yeah, we'll just mark these levels because we got to be prepared for everything, you know. All right, so that's this chart. What do I have here? Okay, this chart is a bit messy, but we have some levels. Let's just go over it since we have the levels. So this is what I do on a daily basis. When the market moves, I will literally review like 15 to 20 of my charts. So y'all just watching what I do on a daily basis. This is what I do right here. So I review my charts. So we broke up upwards and we definitely held. So this was the bull bias for me on this chart, and I kept this over here, and clearly there was no reaction over here, but maybe on the way down we can get some reaction. So I'm going to keep these trend lines because maybe on the way down we could get some reaction on these levels, you know, and they could be good for scalps. All right, so that's that chart. And pretty much, let's see. All right, so that's that. And I'm gonna go here and pretty much see if I could get that trend line that I have on my other chart. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna delete this, and I'm gonna try to copy the trend line I have on my other chart that I will show you guys. It will give me a kind of a bias. All right, dark spoon fed. Just scroll down, bruh. What's happening? What's the Twitter? Yeah, that's my Twitter right there. I also linked the people in the stream's Twitter that I do like as traders, so y'all should follow them too. All right, so let's remove this. So yeah, I'm gonna do a fresh chart, and we're gonna look at other levels so we can get a new bias. We're gonna look at some more levels so we can get a different bias and see a fresh view of Bitcoin. All right, now let's get a good vibe going on. Let me see some different type of lo-fi music. All right, so we'll rock with this right now. All right, so pretty much I drew a trend line from. All right, so I'm gonna test it. Hopefully the stream doesn't mess up. Actually, I don't want to mess the stream up. So the wick on April 2nd. All right, so April 2nd we had the top wick, and I started it from there. All right, connected it here, and pretty much. So I'm getting the trend line right now that I'm talking about. Sorry. Hopefully it lines up. All right, April 2nd. Let's see if we can nail it. All right, so April 2nd. Let's see if we can nail this trend line. I hope we can nail it. I don't know if we will, but let's see. So we started here. We tapped it here. Let's see. because this is my current trend line on my other chart that's in play. So let's see if it lines up. And then the second one, was pretty much started at this wick at 59. So yeah, like if you follow me, you know I use trend lines, and you know I love to keep my trend lines open. I love to keep them open. All right, let's see. Let's see if these trend lines are gonna line up. Yeah, they lined up. Look at the magic. Look at the magic, my boys. I'm gonna talk about this trend line right now too. But look at the magic of trend lines. All right, so this trend line is on my other chart that y'all can't see, but it's pretty much, I'm gonna go in depth into this trend line, and this is gonna be what will give me bias right now on lower time frames and as we speak. All right, so basically, if we're gonna keep holding below this trend line, I'm gonna expect a pullback. All right, so how I'm gonna use this trend line right now on lower time frame is basically, if I see it like this, you know, wake up, come back, consolidate like that, and then eventually come down, then I'm gonna have a risk defined entry, and it will give me a play to short. But I will be patient, because right now market can consolidate and we could even run up like that, something like that. All right, and I have to review to see if I have any more trend lines. But yeah, so let me explain to you why I like this trend line and why I'm gonna deem it to be important for me right now. So let's just start with the history of this trend line. All right, so another trend line lesson from Ninja. If this is your first time in the stream, I do love trend lines. So here is more of my thought process behind these trend lines and how I use them as support resistance. All right, so let's start. So the start of this trend line is basically April 2nd. We topped out, right? Pulled back, and at this point I don't have the trend line, right? So we pulled back, and then once I see it act as resistance, the trend, then I draw the trend line. So we have resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, right? And then we also have resistance here, right? So what happens when we flip it? It's just the same as horizontal support levels. That's how I play these trend lines. So once we flip it, right, it acts as support now. So support, right? If you bought the retest, which I usually buy, and buying retests of my trend lines during the bull market, it made me good money. Let's just say that. It was very high hit rate to buy the retest, especially on upward momentum. So you buy the retest, and even if you're scalping, holding a swing, you know, you could ride it. So what happens? All right. So the first time we test the trend line, if Ninja bought this, probably got wrecked, probably got stopped out, right? Because they were high hit rate. And I'm not even gonna lie, I did get wrecked. On this wick right here. So I'll tell y'all something. I literally shorted, so I had a short at 64 point, like, I shorted right here. Let me tell you something. I went like, I think like 4 or 5 BTC short right here. And I stopped myself out right here. Like, when I think about that, it hurts me. Like, it does, because I shorted the top and I stopped myself out because, like, when I was watching this price action, I'm like, oh shit, we're about to go to 72K. Let me just get the hell out of this trade, take a small loss, and just wait for a dip and buy the dip, right? Because this was the price action at the highs. And to be honest, I thought we was going straight to 70K. So I shorted the top and I stopped myself out literally less than a 1% move. And I remember losing a lot of money on this dip right here. I know a lot of people lost a lot of money. So on this dip right here, I remember losing a lot of money because that was the first major dip that we had. And I was out of control aping. But yeah, back to the trend line. So yeah, as you can see, we had the first break of the trend line on April 18th, right here. And once we retested it, it is now acted as resistance, right? Resistance, right? So from support into resistance. And we dump, we retest again, resistance, and then we break, retest, support. See, this is, I was catching wicks like this. I think I caught it long here. Yeah, I did catch it long here. Yep, I do remember this wick. If you guys remember this wick, Bybit was the only exchange that wicked this low, and I literally caught the bottom on my trend line. I posted it on my Twitter with the entry. Like I had the bottom long right here because of this trend line. But yeah, so basically, once we broke it, May 13th, we never really tested it. So now, the same trend line just got tested. So it's gonna give me lower time frame bias, bear bias. So this is the trend line that is currently active for me. Once I check my other chart, let's see, because I have a chart. I think I showed it on stream. It has like literally probably 300 trend lines, and I play each trend line. All right. So the next trend line I have is literally after this one. I don't have no more trend lines until 45K. So after this one right here, if we break through this clean, then I have no reason to short any trend lines, basically. But yeah, so moving forward onto lower time frame structure, we know the equilibrium level on my other chart is going to be 36K. So I'll just chart this live since I usually just make a chart. But yeah, we know the equilibrium level is going to be 36K. So I'm just going to draw a line over here just to remind me. And I'm talking about this chart right here, this equilibrium right here. This is going to be my higher time frame guide right here, right? And we also have the 39K candle right here, and then the 40K one. So two bear candles for me. 39K, 40K. All right. We just keep that data in the head. And yeah, so this level right here. So let's look on lower time frames and what do we see? Like I said, people are longing up here. They're apes. Can they make money? Absolutely, they could be making money because you can see them. We can see them live in the order book right now, longing. See, apes right here, long. So you don't want to be an ape. You want to have, you know, better entries than the apes. But sometimes the apes could make money. But yeah, as you can see, like we literally drew those two trend lines, and as we speak, they're already having reactions, right? And to be honest, I don't know the science behind why these trend lines meet. Like, I wish I knew. I wish I could tell you why, like, we would wick over here. I don't know. It's just, you know, symmetry, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. So yeah, so what I would like to see is something like this, and this act as resistance. But I would only short based on confirmation because we have invalidation over here. So personally, I don't think we would test this wick again, and that's just me. So I'm just gonna keep that in mind. But it could happen. But before a major pullback, I don't know if we do. Because even if we look at TPO, can somebody tell me how long the stream been going, by the way? One hour 6. All right, I want to wrap it up soon. But yeah, hold on. Just give me a second. I'll be back in 1 minute, and we'll finish this chart. All right, so I'm back. How does the mic sound? Does the mic sound good? What exchange? All right, mic is all good. All right, cool. So yeah, so lower time frame, I'm gonna be watching this price action heavy, and I'm gonna be looking more to short than long, but I will use risk management because I've shorted in a bear market, and my advice to anybody shorting against the trend is to have a stop loss. So like, if you're gonna short momentum like this, just make sure you have a stop loss, either 1 or 2%, and then if you get stopped out, just look for another entry and have another stop loss until, because the risk to reward is pretty good, you know. Like, for example, if I want to short right here, and you know, I could put my stop above 39, target 36, that's already 4R. You know, even if you move your stop above the high of the wick, that's already 2R. If you move your entry closer to the wick and put your stop above 40, that's 5R. So if you get stopped out, it's fine, because at the end of the day, these are good risk reward setups. So I'm going to be looking to short more than I'm looking to long in this range. So I'm just going to be patient now, because we still have bullish market structure on lower time frame even, right? So even on lower time frame, I like to draw trend lines. Hold on. So we could draw something like this to give us a little bit of, you know, bias. We could start adding some indicators. Let's look at how Cuban reversion bands are looking. I mentioned this as well. Even on the Cuban reversion bands, we wicked into the band on the 4-hour time frame. And if you look, we never really wick into it on the red side. So this is a mean reversion play. 12-hour time frame, not even close. But 4-hour time frame, we definitely mean reverted. So if you're shorting, this is a mean reversion short based on 4-hour time frames. And if you are gonna short, just make sure you have a plan, an exit plan, because anything can happen in this market, and you always want to be careful. So like me, if I'm shorting based on this trend line, if I see like an hour close above, like if I see it close above here, because this is giving me my bull bias, then I'm just gonna exit and just wait for another entry. I'll take the loss and wait for another entry, to be honest. You know, if I see it closing above here. Right, so this is based on this chart. Let's see if we could draw some other levels. Let's see if we get some horizontal levels going. Hearing other people's opinions is a good thing as well. There's always room for improvement no matter what, for sure. If he released Hearn 5K into 100K, he wouldn't be asking in chat what to do. Oh, I didn't really read chat. I don't know who y'all talking about. Hearing other people's opinion is a good thing. Oh yeah, I just read that. Yeah, it's always other. So me as a trader, so if I respect somebody's opinion in trading, I will listen to their opinion, but I don't really trade based off of other people's opinion. Because as you can see, some of like really good traders were pretty much shorting this level, and even though I respect them as traders, I had a different opinion than them, and I even flipped bias to long. You know, so nice. That's pretty good. So yeah, this chart here is gonna give me my bear bias. So if I see it start to close above 39k on the hourly time frame, 4-hourly time frame, I'm just gonna cut my short, and yeah, pretty much get out of the position. So lower time frame, I'll just wait to see if we have any type of like break of structure, because as you can see right now we have this. I put these two trend lines here, so like I'm not gonna be shorting right away because there's still momentum, but even this drop over here that's like a 3.7% dip if we go to 36, but we still are bullish, so there's no reason for me to short this just yet. So yeah, to wrap it up and to wrap the stream up, I'm gonna be watching based on this trend line. I'm gonna be watching this trend line to see if I could get a reaction and to see if I can get a high probability short setup. Yes, I will upload this on YouTube. Right after the stream, I'll upload it. So yeah, I'm gonna look to see if we get some bears over here, some shorts closing. So I'm gonna see, and yeah, based on this, like I said, let's see if we can get any other levels. So these are new levels that I'm just gonna draw. This is 40 swing high. Yeah, so this, I think it was pretty much. All right, so we'll highlight. So based on 4-hour time frame, I'm gonna like to highlight this 37.8 right here. Because how I look at this is 37.8, it shifted the price down, and we just, as you can see, we broke right through it. So you see what I'm talking about here? So we shifted price down here, and we just broke straight through it. So that's the first area I'm gonna look to see if there's a reaction. 37.8, 37.6. So we just drew that level. What else do we have? We'll also draw this one, 38.9, which was another shift. Because these are also going to give me bias on higher time frame. So 38.9 is another level on the 4-hour time frame. So these are 4-hour levels. So if I see 4-hour candles start closing above, then I'm gonna be expecting more price movements to the upside. And lastly, we have this 40.1 level that I will be watching. 40.1, that's gonna be the level I'm gonna watch hard on the 4-hour time frame. All right, and what else do we have? I think that's pretty much it. So maybe I'll just sum up higher time frame, and I'll talk about this one more time, and then I'll say peace out to y'all guys, and I appreciate all y'all for joining the stream on this crazy day. I know it's late. But yeah. So based on this trend line, and this was a heavy confluence trend line for me. If we pull back anywhere near this trend line, I will be looking to take long. So anywhere near 35Ks and 34.8, I'm going to be longing and using this trend line to give me the bias. So if we close below it, then I could exit out the trade. All right. So that's one area to keep in mind. 35, 34. There. What else? What other charts did we have? All right. And higher time frame on the daily, 35,950. Set 35,950 on the daily. Okay, we even have this on the daily right here. This is what shifted the move on the daily. So we'll see if the daily closes below 38K today. It's going to be a key level. 38. 35.950 on the daily. Yep. That's the daily market structure break. 35.950. That's good to point that out. So yeah, daily market structure break, 35,950, and you can even say 35,500. So 35,500, 35,950, we want to see that hold on daily levels. And most importantly, I'm going to be watching my equilibrium level, possibly for a scalp, which is 36.7 and whatnot. And I'm also going to keep in mind that we can continue to pump, and that I will also remind myself to use a stop loss if I'm shorting, and to stick to the plan when I'm shorting against the trend. All right, because it's very dangerous. You can get wrecked. Because higher time frame, let's just say magically we continue to go up and we don't pull back. The areas that are going to be important will be this order block here, which is 43 to 46, and that was pretty much the area that broke, that never got retested. And then we also have 46 to 49. So upside target, if we do break this range with, you know, some great volume and shorts getting even more wrecked, this is where you see capitulation, and this is where you see real liquidation. And then to play off of that, we will just wait for a retest of the range high and then see what happens from there. But I do believe we will see some consolidation followed by a pullback, and yeah, we'll just be patient. All right, so how much leverage do I use? So I talked about this. If you're new to leverage, I would recommend you stay under 3 leverage, 3 times. If you are using your main account and a lot of capital that you, first of all, you shouldn't be trading with money that you can't afford to lose. And if you want to consistently grow, I would recommend that 3 to 4 time leverage. And then if you have high probability setups, maybe you could up it, but definitely 3 to 4 times leverage. And something else is, if you have a DGen account, that's when you could use higher leverage and, you know, practice and try to make bigger returns with a smaller risk. Hey Ninja, is it looking like 29K with the bottom? It could be. Who knows? Nobody knows, to be honest. All right, and just to wrap lower time frame one more time to wrap this lower time frame picture up. If we come anywhere near these levels again, I'm going to be looking to play short on confirmation and have risk defined setups. All right, and I'm expecting at least, you know, a pullback to 37.36. So thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate everyone that stuck around. And before I do go, people did want to know about the DeFi product I was working on. So we're pretty much working on a decentralized aggregator on the Solana network, and we're going to be doing an airdrop and I'm gonna announce this again. So if you are interested, just go to this link right here. Just like it. You can retweet it. But I'll talk more into detail about this, and you can go on the website, and you can even check the white paper and see what we're basically trying to build on the Solana network. So I appreciate you guys for joining the stream, and I hope you guys will continue to make money. And yeah, see you guys on the next stream. Peace.